Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me just fine. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Hello! Welcome. Sorry that took a minute. I've had to claw every functioning brain cell from the jaws of some unpleasantness. Maybe defeat, maybe some other. Maybe some unpleasantness again. Fucking Greymare's not working too good right now. We're trying our best. Hello, Dapper Cat. It's good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. What we're doing today is just getting some shit done. Or no, I'm gonna have some fucking carrot cake, I think. So I have some carrot cake in front of me. And it's fucking tasty and I want it. I'm slightly away from my mic further than normal because of said carrot cake. So we're struggling right now. You in a camel? Oh god. That's great, leader. Well, you see, I do in fact have a life outside of streaming. I know this is hard to believe that a streamer can do other things, but I do have other shit to do. It's unfortunate. I do have some plans in place. I have started to work on them for what to do while those 3 weeks are in. I know, it's why I'm planning to do things during those 3 weeks. There are polls and shit you can be voting on to let me know what you'd like to have be happening while I'm away. What you have yet to do, it seems. So clearly, someone doesn't actually care that much. God damn. I looked at one of the fucking, the one on the Discord I looked at, and oh boy. It was about like lives. That is true. That is true and that is fair. However, too bad, I guess. Honestly, I think the worst thing is it's happening so soon after my fucking computer exploded. That I am not happy about. But that is just the random twist of fate, right? Not much anyone can do about that. I'm chilling live right now. Holy fuck. Ah! The sound of the work clip is good. I have not had time to test it. Might be a little bit loud. What do you guys think? Again, everything fucking exploded. Work stream included. So I had to fucking rebuild it from scrap I found in the cave. Do not know if it is. Thumbs up? Alright, good, excellent. Ooh. I'm gonna check that. Uh-oh. That may explain some things. That may be... yeah. Uh-huh. I'm putting it together. Excellent. Both me and the one on Patreon. Because I actually put a fucking million polls up. Like, everywhere. We're gonna see. Well, after what I saw on Discord, it seems a particular outcome is more likely than others. Alright. Yeah, the thing I'm humming about and being like, oh yeah, that explains things. Apparently, the last time I awoke from such a catatonic, crippled state of being asleep was fucking 4 p.m. yesterday. Right. So 4 p.m. yesterday I woke up. 24 hours went by. 4 p.m. today. 6 more hours went by. 30 hours total. You know, all told, I think half an hour late. It's actually fucking great for that. Honestly. I think I'm fucking sleepy. No, no, no. On the contrary, I am simply fighting battles at a fucking level you could not comprehend. It's very important. It is, however, you failed to consider. Fuck off. I don't wanna. You know, jot that one down. Remember that one for next time. Stream's probably not going to be that long on account of the fact that I think I would actually die. But you know, we're here now, and that's good enough. What is now? What are we doing now? I mean, one, I'm eating carrot cake. Yeah, last night. And too well. Much more difficult. Oh, yeah. Real life is at it again. Unfortunate. Hate it. That motherfucker would fuck off and get a life. Wait. Okay. I have a ton of like my mouth full of carrot cake or otherwise some kind of carrot cake like substance. You're never gonna believe what I have to eat right now. 24 to 26 is your last effective. Do you mean like age or hours awake? Because I'm not sure either is true. I do agree that 24 to 26 hours awake is definitely gonna be where like you start tanking. But that feels more person to person, right? I know motherfuckers who cannot go past 18, 20. Right? I believe they refer to those as like regular people, which I find astonishing. And a little bit crass, if you ask me. All I'm doing today is finally getting clip shit organized. Also, the title might be a lie. It's so fucking tired. I can't. Yeah. Tragically, some people are just afflicted by the terrible curse of a skill issue. This carrot cake is like one from a store. And it is so fucking sweet. Like, it is so overly sweet. Pretty sure. Yeah. It has flakes or like gratings of carrot on top. They're just like icing, like hard icing in shavings, like carrot, all sugar. The man in the mirror. Damn. That one's really good carrot cake. Alright. What the fuck happened with this coffee? What the fuck happened with this coffee? This shit heinous. What? I didn't make it that much different than I normally do. It's been 2 days or 2 streams that I made like Frappuccino iced coffee instead. And apparently I fucking lost the taste for it. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that is fucking bleh. Bleh. The fuck? No. Ugh. Warmth is good though. It is, again, cold as fuck in my lap right now. Which normally I'm okay with. This would be like the perfect kind of temperature to like curl up under the blankets and pass the fuck out. But unfortunately, I have commitments to clown college. So here I am instead. Hooray. Genuine hooray. How lucky am I to be able to get to fucking go to clown college like this? And in the mirror? I don't know. You have to ask him. I'm assuming you did, and me as streamer just put it in as if you're talking to me, because of course you are. How could you not be? Well, I absolutely drag every fucking heel on my body to getting started on the clipboard. I have started 3D printing. Yeah, I got it. I have started 3D printing more actively pursuing printing out a 40k orcs army for essentially very little reason. Like, not no reason, but very little reason. Warhammer mentioned. Yeah, because I'm making Tyranid army for me. Friend plays AdMech, so I'm making them some AdMech models so we can actually play sometime. My roommate, who is vaguely interested, is Space Marine, specifically focused on vehicles and dreadnoughts, based, I know. And my partner is coming to visit at some point. Not for the full 3 weeks, don't worry. I would maybe never return to you while that was happening. Apologies for that. But they have shared minor interest in orcs because they like their vibe. It's not making orcs, it's a very convenient excuse for me to make orcs. 2,000 armies they will never use. Ooh, what are they? Chewy and like. Update, I don't think I will premiere. Die. Wait, come here, fucker. What the Huh? Here's Marines. Did you get those because you bought a start collecting box and just started making 2 armies instead of just 1 and selling the other half? It is not letting me scroll down in the projects area. Why the fuck? Truly, Premiere is a revolutionary force in pissing me off. Really, I didn't know it could fuck up and annoy me in ways like this. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ducksgut. I mean, have you tried looking for a group? Like, have you gone to a local game store and, like, asked around? Because it doesn't seem like the hardest thing in the world, right? Brother, I am pinned here. It is. I don't mean you personally, Tack. You have maybe thinking about Space Marines. And more importantly, Camel said brother, which means with Space Marines. Why is Space Marine lore the most annoying fucking thing on the goddamn planet? I remember this specifically today, when I was watching like a short, briefly, I turned it off, and they constantly referred to Space Marines as demigods. I don't remember the full video. Like, oh, demigod, dude, demigods. Like, motherfucker, you are genetic monsters in fucking plates of armor. Right? Like, they're not. They're just motherfuckers. Stat-wise, they're a motherfucker in a battle suit. And yeah, that makes sense. In the Imperium Army, that's basically what Space Marines are. And it's just... the way I phrased it to my partner, more than once at this point, I think, is Space Marines are like if Helldivers and all of the propaganda in Helldivers telling you how cool the Helldivers were as they get slaughtered en masse because they're just fucking guys with guns and massive fucking propaganda behind them. It's like if that, but all the propaganda was taken at fucking face value and as gospel. Like, oh yeah, of course our noble hell divers can fucking take care of the what are they called? Terminids? The Terminid threat by themselves. We only need 4 of them. There are loyal hell divers. Yeah, of course the Space Marines can take on a fucking Tyranid swarm with just like half a dozen guys. They're the Emperor's Angels. Obviously they can manage it. God damn. Space Marines are like a box trucks and you never know what you're gonna get. You always know what you're gonna get. They are not that fucking unique. They are not that clever. Actually, if you want to feel sad, disappointed, maybe even a little angry. Did you know that 40K is also broken down into 4 overarching factions like AOS? Isn't how you're gonna die? Oh, like as a Space Marine, or how they're gonna kill you? They're gonna just shoot you. They're not, again, not very unique like that. They have like 5 different kinds of weapon. Power weapon, chain weapon, melta, flamer, bolter. That's kind of it. Maybe one of them will have a rocket launcher, and then they'll get bullied for having a rocket launcher. So why the fuck do you have a rocket launcher when you have a melta gun next to you? Yeah, for those that are aware, overarching factions are more a thing in AOS, actually. AOS has the Grand Alliances. Order, Death, Chaos, Destruction. Order is the nominal good guys. The other ones are not that. And, you know, in AOS, Age of Sigmar, you do have the Space Marine equivalent, the Land Marines, the fucking, what are they? Stormcast Eternals. Fun fact, literal demigods, literal angels, somehow not nearly as annoying as Space Marine players. That's a bit harsh. They're as annoying as Space Marines. Let's blame Space Marines for their own fucking problems. Let's not lump all Space Marine players right now. I have some finishers Space Marine too. You're in reality like a handful of death methods. Oh yeah, like again, it's propaganda, right? I think a better example is like Bolt Gun, which I do have, and that might be interesting at some point. It's like, oh yeah, one Ultramarine guy is gonna go take on multiple different Satans from the super hell of 40K by themselves. Sure, why not? Fun fact, every single Space Marine is actually the Doom guy. Ignore the fact they're essentially mass-produced, like fucking pumped up with drugs child soldiers. Hello, Melon. Fun time just to fucking show up. Anyway, yeah, annoying thing about how omnipresent Space Marines are to an annoying extent. AOS 4 Grand Alliances, you got Order, good guys, which includes the Land Marines, Stormcast, and then also, like, Age of Sigmar, like your collection of like regular people trying to survive. Fucking Fire Slayers, Berserker Dwarves riding dragons, Carriage Overlords, Steampunk Dwarves, Seraphon, dinosaurs riding bigger dinosaurs. Right? All cool shit. And you have Death, Chaos, Destruction, all of which very well fleshed out and cool in their own right. And then you go to 40K. Layering glue, no worries. I'm going to turn Hive Mind so I have soldiers. I'm sorry, I can only spare 4. Yeah, of course I can only spare 4. Did you know that every Space Marine chapter has at most 1,000 guys? Yet every single Ultramarine in existence maxes out, total number, 1,000. Multiple planets under their watch, 1,000. Don't worry, just ignore it, the British can't count. Anyway, back to the point. I said that 40K also has 4 overarching factions. If you go to the Warhammer website, you can shop by faction. They go over 1,000. You don't, and if you do, maybe you're marked as a heretic and chaos and you die. Unclear. The rules are vague and confusing on that one, I think. Or very specific in the Age of Army Force. Anyway. Shop by faction, Warhammer website, the official site for Games Workshop. You have the Xenos armies. You have the Armies of Chaos. Fun fact, just Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Demons barely exist, and Chaos Knights are a joke, just like regular Knights. So you've got Chaos Space Marines, fucking Xenos, everyone else. Armies of the Imperium, which you'd think, oh, that's just Space Marines, right? That's just Space Marine and their friends. No, no, no. The fourth faction you can shop by is just Space Marines. They are such a special snowflake faction that in 40k, in AOS you have Order, which is all of the good aligned factions, right? You have the Land Marines, and Evangels fighting for good and all that stuff. And then also everyone else is also there actually contributing and having a personality. No, no, no. Armies of the Imperium are like the third most supported overarching faction. You got distant first place Space Marines to the point where sub-factions of this sub-faction, right? Arguably, no. There's sub-factions, chapters of Space Marines, a sub-faction of the Imperium. I think that might be all of them. Yeah. A subset of this game has a subset of that faction, has a subset of that faction, has more, but has so many models in it that if it was an army into itself, it'd be middle of the road. Right? Space Wolves have so many fucking data sheets, they would be larger by themselves than half the armies of the fucking game. God damn it. It is Space Marines. And then maybe their enemies, who are also Space Marines. God forbid little Timmy sees something other than a Space Marine. It might shatter his fragile little fucking mind. And then either Armies of the Imperium, because they have some basically Space Marines, although they're treated poorly as fuck. Sorry, fucking Grey Knight. Sorry, fucking, God, what are you? Banana Boys? There you go. You deserve better, even if you are basically just Space Marines. Or, we could say maybe Xenos is treated better if we rank based on the littlest brother army, like Tyranids and Necrons, who's there to get their shit rocked by Space Marines. 40k is just the Space Marine game, and it's only getting worse. Ooh, exciting. The Legion of Space Marines are known for coming inconsistent Legion of the Dead? Yeah, maybe. They're cool, right? They are one of the cool things in Space Marine lore. Shame they have so much lore that isn't cool, but oh well. That is another thing that I find so irritating about Space Marine lore. Specifically Space Marine players who are still convinced that this was all according to Keikaku, right? This is all just part of Big E's plan. No, you guys, you don't understand. When he said in private to one of his most trusted soldiers that everything was fucked forever and that humanity had fucking lost, that was actually not him saying humanity had lost. It was actually a big brain? Question mark? Yeah, he's just so smart you couldn't understand it, right? Nah, dog. Legion of the Damned? There are many ways that could exist. And specifically, it's in the context I want to bring up of Big E as 5th Chaos God. Bullshit, my man. That's not how that works. I know soldiers? Yeah, in theory. Like, that's... like, oh, wow, Big E's a 5th Chaos God. It's like, yeah, cool. He has maybe 2 Demon Princes that can come back a few times? I'm saying 2 out of caution. I don't know one beyond Celestine, right? And like, yeah, she comes back from the dead. She has great power. Not as great power as Scarbrand. That motherfucker got bitch slapped through multiple planets. Right? And guess what? He's just the named one. The armies of actual chaos have many, many greater demons. And their legions of the damned equivalent, Korn's Bloodletters, Slash's Demonettes, are literally endless. If we count, like, the Legion of Damned, it's like, oh yeah, it's Big E's, like, fucking guys. That's his, like, fucking demons. He's got maybe 1,000. Well done, asshole. And they don't even show up very often. Is it cat got just a black hole? I think you're talking about Malice. I'm pretty sure they got lost in fucking trademark limbo hell. Sorry about that, boss. But yeah, like, yeah, sure. I'm fully on board. I'm like, oh yeah, Big E, with all his psychic power, has ascended to some form of 40k godhood. You know, like Vashtor and Be'lakor. Not like Korn, not like Nurgle, not like any motherfucker important. Right? Like, God forbid, like, there is nothing that space, like, it's in the Imperial mode. It's like, wow, this is genuinely impressive on the grand scheme of things. And yet the lore is constantly falling over itself to suck off Space Marines and tell you how cool they are. Like, oh my god, this Space Marine out-thunk a fucking hyper-advanced AI array. Holy shit. Oh my god, the only body that could possibly hold a Necron Conjun is a Space Marine, you guys. They're just so cool. Not even a Custody. Really? Space Marines aren't impressive on the grand scale of things. The reason why nobody else has them is because they're fucking stupid. Right? I mean, immortal god of chaos. As the Space Marine figures out, even you cannot escape being mutilated by a black hole. You don't understand. They can, though. Like, Chaos Demons do not abide by normal physics. At the very least, they will escape being noodlified by just respawning somewhere else. Don't the kids have their propaganda? The kids could have their propaganda if they stop being so fucking annoying about it. Right? 100% your little cousin's like, I'm so clever. I learned chess at school today. So you play them at chess, and you're like, okay, Timmy, we can play chess. And like, you go easy on them, you let them win, you're like, oh yeah, it was really good. And they are just the most arrogant motherfuckers on the planet, talking down to you like, oh, you fucking idiot, you moron. You didn't even know I was going for the fucking, fucking Primaris Ultima Gambit, fucker. God, you're so stupid. I'm just the best. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I was trying to be fucking nice, and you are making me regret every choice, and my chat overlays are not fucking lined up right. There we go, fixed it. Anyway, fuck space. Fuck the annoying Space Marine. Fuck the confirmed crayon-eating Space Marine players. Those of you that suckered in because Dreadnoughts are cool, you're fair. Those of you that got suckered in because they do have cool lore, when it's not doubling over itself to suck its own dick, you're also kind of valid. I get that. Because, like, that might be maybe the most annoying part. Space Marines, I think, are genuinely really interesting and cool when viewed from the perspective of, this is what humanity needs to do to barely be tall enough to ride. Right? This is what humanity needs to do. This is the hoops humanity needs to jump through in their deteriorated state to, like, barely match standard military equipment for the Tau. to be able to be a physical match to an orc. Not like an impressive orc, just any orc, right? This is what humanity needs to do to their own people to not get immediately bowled over. That, I think, is cool. Like the start of Space Marine 2, when the fucking shuttle is attacked and torn into, and one guy gets thrown out of the ship by a swarm of gargoyles, right? For those that don't know, gargoyles, for Tyranids, are less than expendable. They straight up do not have legs to land with. They will stop flying when they literally die. And one swarm of those, maybe two, is to tear a Space Marine, like, strike craft out of the air. Alright, good night, Tascat. I will probably continue to rant about this some more because God knows Space Marine fucking deserve it. They're those annoying motherfuckers. It's so fucking, And like, to be clear, this is not just a Space Marine problem, right? The power scaling in 40k is fucking ridiculous. It is so fucking stupid. Like, I'm pretty sure you can run it through where... So, in... this line. In the Necron books, I believe it's either Rise or Ruin, some Necrons end up actually fighting Catan shards, basically fragments of their gods. One more dead god in 40k lore, nothing new. End up going toe-to-toe with them. One of those characters also ends up getting nearly, like, bodied by a singular gene stealer. Already things are getting out of fucking control. So you've got one character who held their own against actually multiple shards. We're going to say it's 1v1 to, you know, make it even, because, you know, they just held them off, whatever. So already, one gene stealer is almost on par with a mother character that's based about on par with a fucking Catan shard. One gene stealer ended up getting beat to death by 4 Ogryn. Those don't know what an Ogryn is, think a human, but dumber and bigger. And that's it. Just a big, dumb dude. Here's the kicker. Here's where we're going with this. In lore, one of the big, impressive things... One of the big, impressive things the Emperor of Mankind did was trap a shard, or a Catan shard of the Void Dragon in Mars. This is what led to the entirety of the Mechanicus. So either this is equivalent to Big E's strength, maybe we'll say 1/3, because, you know, he did it pretty good, 1/3 of his great almighty power, or the entirety of humanity's industrial might is equal to between 4 and 12 big, dumb, football player-looking motherfuckers. Emperor of Mankind. Fucking Supreme Giga Chad himself. Nah. That half as good as 24 Ogryn. Right? That's how power scaling works in 40k typically. It's, wow, I can't believe this guy didn't get bodied. This has implications, and then you just have to kind of ignore it. Right? Because otherwise, Big E gets bodied by 15 big burly dudes. Whoops. Ugh. Ugh. So sort of a tangent off to, dare I say, good 40k lore. Congrats, Tau players. Congrats on getting lore written by someone who does not actively hate Tau. I'm real happy for you, genuinely. And, hell, massive W, they didn't go for the stupid fucking brainwashing plot point. Now, those don't know, Tau, 40K, they are the, hey, if we work together, good. You don't have a choice in that matter. It's a caste system now, fucker. And at some point, someone wrote lore. As a joke, I have to imagine, I've heard a fair few times, it sounds like it's correct, that, oh yeah, the Imperium saw that and was like, alien species working together? Clearly, this must be some kind of mind control. Because no one would ever just work together. God, no. We are the most supremely intelligent creatures in the galaxy, and we know that you have to murder everyone. So clearly there's no way they just work together. It must be mind control. And at some point someone read that and went, hey, that's a good idea. And then for a little bit that seemed like it might be like just the truth. And that's 40K lore. Welcome. Things will be said as, God, yeah, isn't this stupid bullshit funny? And then someone will be like, what stupid bullshit? This is good lore here. God. It's hard being in this fucking, like, game community, because it's so dumb all of the time. And then you read Infinite Divine, it's like, holy fuck, this is so good. Why can't it all be like this? And then it's not. Well, apparently one thing that happens when I get tired is I just fucking start ranting about 40K. It's an easy thing to do. Like, I swear a large part of being a fan of 40K is complaining incessantly about 40K. God knows it fucking deserves it. Right? Alright. Let me actually try fucking... Oh, actually, one last thing, because I think it's a very funny metric. I've been seriously considering buying bulk 3D printer resin. I already bought bulk filament, but filament's like much cheaper from the store I buy it from. Like bulk 3D printing resin. And I was like, it's like $200 though. A little under, because they don't deal with like tax or shipping, which is very nice. Like it's almost $200. And then I was like, wait a second. Hang on. Wait, hold up. Wait. And I looked up some of the big fancy malls in 40K. You're not going to believe what price these pretty big, but we're still talking like a tenth of a bottle. Please note, a bottle is 1 kilo. So about 1% of 10 kilos. How much one of those models would cost. If you answered the whole $200 before tax and shipping, you're right. This hobby is brutally, violently expensive. Like I have 2 separate printers, and at this point, over a dozen spools of filament, like at least half dozen bottles of like printer resin, and I have no questions asked paid for this entire hobby. Just in models I haven't had to pay for. From GW, right? It is a little bit ridiculous. Also very easy to get distracted by it, which has not been great. It makes it very difficult to get work done. Alright. I just need to open up my fucking Ellipse tracker doc, which is just where I write down which streams I have the times in Premiere for already. It would have been so much nicer if I could have gotten the Stardew one. My fucking mouth is starting to get sore and hurt from talking too much about fucking 40K. It does not deserve this much effort. Online. I got a full-blown Swarmlord right next to me right now. That's good. It's just the guy. It's funny. I have not released any clips for like any of these streams so far since I started counting like 4 months ago at this point. There are 50 streams on the list right now. Some of them don't have times anymore. I did lose the times for some of them. Holy fuck. Though I do have, most of them are like times in Premiere already. Which is good, actually. Okay, no. It's not as good as I thought for a second, because I saw there was like time in photos. Like I said, screenshot when the times are. I was like, wait a minute. And then it goes times in Premiere. Wait, I only have a couple more? No. I just have a couple in the middle there that are already done. Oh well. I should get the Stardew ones done now. That would make sense. It's either that or I go in like backwards essentially. Like, it's not backwards. Instead of going back to the most recent stream backwards, you go from whatever it is the oldest stream that I haven't done yet. Which would be a modded Skyrim one. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 streams that don't have their shit in Premiere yet. Woo! Hey. This is good. This is nice. I have more fucking carrot cake. God damn it. Oh. And this is why I need to make more friends in the community, like other streamers. So I can invite them to collab for shit like this, and they can entertain while I do actual work. That'd be nice. I don't know. I don't know, apparently there is 11 that I missed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm going to go in and highlight all of the ones I'm missing in red. Which is far from necessary, but feels productive and is much easier to do than any of the other bullshit. So by doing this, I can feel like I'm doing something productive without actually having to put in the effort of doing something productive, see? Yeah? It's called big brain strats and also crippling ADHD. That's just a really fucking racing shade of red. That's unfortunate. Oh. I won't. Enough stalling. I can only stall for so long. 33% done for the night. Let's go. Ooh. How many you? What are you gluing, by the way? You mentioned that you were gluing, or you were laying down glue. Layering glue. Let's start from the oldest stream and work our way. No, because I know the most recent streams have, like, good bits. Like, there are some fucking choice sections in there. Let's get those. Gag Christmas gifts. I wasn't mistaken. That is in 5 months. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Getting shit done early is not a bad thing. Lord knows I could do it a bit more often. Asked for Yu-Gi-Oh cards but didn't specify. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing to that poor man? is Christmas hell. Like, what did this man do to us that made us form such a horrible blood feud against him? Here's everyone else that pushed in. Going to put a single card. Okay. Oh. I hope nothing fucking breaks when I'm like importing files into Premiere. It would not surprise me that much, but I mean, nothing. It's just a thing my family has done for years, and at least one person suffers momentarily. Oh no! Is everyone ganging up on this poor man? And entered the family is now just getting fucking brutalized for it. The fool, the utter buffoon. Cardboard frames to hold single cards. That's so much effort. I love it. Actually, fun annoying thing I found, and by fun annoying I mean fucking frustrating annoying. My phone tracks time in like seconds and fractions of seconds, like one does. Premiere tracks in frames. So when my phone says, "Oh yeah, 56 seconds and like 0.82," you plug that into Premiere and it'll go, "Ah yes, 56 seconds and 82 frames at 60 frames a second. So 57 seconds and some change." I was getting up on him. My mother is my accomplice. She supplied the glue and cardboard, of course. I said, of course, that's like an obvious thing. That is no way obvious. It felt like an appropriate sentence filler, I suppose. A little bit. Getting this boy fish being the carrot cake. Oh. Oh. Point. Not 8. Or what? 80% of these. $45 a second. 50? Sure, point. That's 80. That's not what I wanted. One realized it would be easier to paint before assembly. Gotcha. That's something I was. You still. 2.26. And thankfully, with it being like, oh, it's fucked up and bad, it's not like tracking time totally correctly. We're talking literal frames here, so it's not the worst thing. It was not going to drift by that much over even like 30. Even if it was consistently like 2 or 3 frames like behind over like 30 like timings, oh no, that's going to be like 3 or 4 seconds maybe. Right? It's like, no, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as I get it close enough, it's fine. So I normally default to like even like fractions of 60. So like 30, 40, 45, that sort of shit, right? That's 4, 6, 7. The tracks. I'll probably be a little bit quiet too, but I tried like actually get these fucking done. No, not +9. That's the number of laps. 8. Whatever. 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 A lot of whatever's going on. That was 12. We got 4. I'm actually zooming a little bit so I can see. 4. 8. 12. Excellent. Still on correct track. It's important to double check every once in a while, otherwise you will miss one and not know where it was and start all over. Ask me how I know. I was a little bit awkward maneuvering around my mic. I really should probably invest in like upgrading my stream equipment at some point. God knows, maybe a better would fucking help me. I hate dealing with audio shit. Even as I get better at it, I only hate it slightly less over time. Like, I still use different settings, like different microphone settings, for when I record than from when I stream. Because when I'm recording, I don't need it to be as consistent as possible. I don't need it to handle me when I'm yelling with surprise or like mumbling to myself as I think about something, because I'm, reading a script, right? And if it does turn out a little bit annoying, like, oh, if it's a little bit this, blah, I can cut it, and I can hold still while I record, right? Ask me to fucking hold still long enough and like not tap my desk for the entire length of a stream. It's not fucking happening. But for a minute, 2 minute, 3 minute maybe recording thing, yeah, it's fine. And I've fully lost my fucking place. Whoops. No, I haven't, because that's a big ass fucking gap. That is 17 minutes, I'm guessing. Yep. Which is very good. It's like a puzzle game into itself, where you can sort of figure, like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? What the hell is going on? Where am I? Huh? And you look, it's like, well, you see, that's a very large gap, and all the other gaps around it should be very small. So clearly that jump is this very particular one. And then it is. It's very helpful. Small one. That one. Whatever. You actually haven't explained what you're doing specifically. You're spreading. It's like you're spreading the cards out rather than just giving them to him. $60. Out. This is how you end up getting accidentally good at very specific equations in your head. When you just have to do something like figuring out, okay, what is this percent of 60, right? Over and over again. Just keep on doing this. Oh, pretty sure, why not? So, unfortunately, the Stardew stream was long and had very many good bits in it, which was great. It was very good, like, fucking fantastic stream. It does mean there's a lot of fucking times we need to put in. That's annoying. It's not. Oh, thanks to me waking up just before stream, pretty much, because I, had to struggle and claw my fucking gray matter out of the jaws of unconsciousness bit by bit. Yeah, it's proving pretty easy to keep track of everything. All math in my head. Great. Easily distracted, and the second I get distracted, I had to start over. Yeah, also not fun. That's wrong. That's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Yay! We're talking about, right now we're talking about math and doing it in our heads, and how, because my stopwatch that I use to track, like, oh, when are, like, things to find in the stream and look at and double check afterward and think if it's a good clip to get, is in, like, tenths of a second, or hundredths of a second, technically, and Premiere is measured in 60 frames, I need to translate, okay, what is 32 100ths of a second in 60ths of a second, actually. And it's made me it's making me better at that one very particular equation. In math ways, now I'm dumb. That happens to a lot of people, I think. Where it's like, it's not a skill you need to practice outside of school. And honestly, it might be a matter of, it's not a skill you get to show off outside of school, right? Like, how often do you need to do, like rote math equations? I imagine not very often in your day-to-day life. Meanwhile, at school, it was your day-to-day life. Yes. And guesstimate, and then watch a couple. In stream. I need to do my current job. Okay, let me clarify a bit. Most people do not do just rote calculations day to day. Outside of specific calculations they might have to do for their job, like, say, a large number like a addition. Like, okay, here's a big number, here's another big number. Add that together in your head very quickly. Or add this group of big numbers together in your head very quickly. Right? It's less a thing of like, yes, do these fucking simplify this fucking, what are they even fucking called? The string of fucking calculus, whatever the fuck? I don't even remember at this point, it's been so long. Right? How often do you do calculus in your day-to-day? For most people, the answer is very little to never. If the answer is fairly often for you, you are an outlier. I acknowledge that. Well done. You're doing math regularly. Quadratic equation? Yeah, it's one of them. That might be what I'm talking about specifically, but it's at least one of the fucking things. Yeah. For most people, it just does not come up super often. So you normally get to show off, like, look how good I am at math. I can do a quadratic equation very quickly. It's like, it's not really what we're talking about. Honestly, maybe even a very cynical answer of, as you get older, a level of impressive math is different. What is the percent of homeless seniors, percent of seniors in the city, percent of low value in the state, etc. Every day? Yeah, you are the outlier. You are the reason why I'm saying, like, oh yeah, most people don't. Because you clearly do. Congratulations. And also, I'm sorry. Oh no, wait, what? No. I didn't hear that. Again, back to the thing like, I'm distracted. There's a cynical angle of, as you go through school and as you learn more math, what counts as impressive changes. Uh, if you say so. What counts as impressive changes. So now, like, if you're like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking nuclear physicist, well, that's impressive math, right? If you say you can do a fucking quadratic formula in your head real fast, eh. Maybe that one. Alright. I'm like halfway through the fucking turret timings. Oh, wait, motor now. Entertain yourselves. Don't do anything that would get me to kill you. While I start motoring a little bit more. Not minus. Oh, fuck. Internet when I'm not getting distracted into the long tangents that make me lose my place and I need to recount shit. You can really fucking motor. Crazy, I know. I find a hard time believing it too. Whatever you think a nightmare is, my cousins have you beat. I have seen them be picky to a truly mythological extent. Yeah. It's almost nice when I get to like have a nice chunk of times that are like actually far apart. Like, oh, this one's 15 minutes away. This one's 20 minutes away. Okay. Glad you got that sword at least. Hey, nice. God, that was very ominous of you there for a second. Thank you. Yeah. This is true. It was a good egg. Uh, See that? Got part of my immediate reaction was, well, like they're just trying to and then my follow up that was, it's getting to a point where those are the most affordable things, right? At least in some places, that is just what people are able to get. Well, I hope if you can get better than that, thank God. Monthly. I have left on junk. Okay. But like at this point, I can see it both ways. Of yeah, no, you can do more with that. And I've heard like people, like, other than you being like, yeah, no, you gotta do more. Like, gotta be smarter with it. But those are the angle of, God, it's soda, right? If that's what people like, if that's what makes people's day better, is having a nice sweet like sugary drink. Knocked over. Yeah, people look out for it, and you're looking out for them. That's fucking good of you, right? Recent active web. It's yeah. I think the pot shop one gets to me a little bit more than the other ones do necessarily. I'm a little bit less sympathetic immediately because I have met people who absolutely use weed as a means of like getting away from their problems. I mean, that's the best kind of fumes. Arson fumes. Ain't nothing else like them. God damn. Appetite stimulant. People can't eat without it. Ulcer, right? Again, we are talking about like people. Typically, yes. Mm. Nearing the end. Sort of. God damn it. Only like fucking 10 more to go. The connection with people. We start talking about ourselves. Nope. Not how I expected it to go, I'll be honest. They say you surround yourself with like-minded people. I never see connection with people until we start talking about arson or cannibalism. Two favorite topics. I'm not even gonna bother with the where did I find you people? We all know. Yeah. Come on. One fucking key tab in front of the other, I guess. I don't know. Could easily get away with arson. I feel like that's one of those things where even if the answer is yeah, the why, right? Or maybe even just a matter of like the cost is so great, right? Yeah, technically, if you think about it, you could probably get away with a lot of crimes. But it's never gonna be like a 100% success rate. It's gonna be like solid 70, and that 30% is like you just fuck up your life forever. Right? I think it's the reason why things like, or crimes like arson are so relatively rare compared to things like non-violent drug offenses or like trying to steal food, right? The crimes people commit out of necessity are what is common. That's typically how most crimes end up getting committed. Go the deep end? Yeah. I think if you're going off the deep end, getting caught's not that high on your priority list, right? Break you too. And there might also be a thing of, because it's one of those things no one ever tries, it would be easy to make mistakes that would be like the mistakes you don't make a second time, but you don't get to make them a second time, right? It's like, oh yeah, you didn't know, or you didn't realize, or didn't think about leaving this at the crime scene, or like, oh, this motive would be it. Right? I mean, then we get to the thing of like, at some point, it becomes a thing of like, well, who would do this? We're smart, like, us, criminal investigators, have deduced that it was in fact arson. Who would have a motive? I don't know, maybe that guy who had their family really severely hurt by this guy. Oh, maybe that guy. Yeah, maybe that guy did it. Right? Maybe that's the thing. It's like, once you have a motive, once you have enough reason to do it, that reason becomes like a calling card. Good point. Yeah. Don't we just do it? Right. Yeah, like, it's why, like, unmotivated just serial killers are just a fucking problem to catch. Their only motive is they're the kind of fucked up person who just likes hurting people. Now how do we track them? Right? Like, or it could be a matter of any number of things, right? Oh, you didn't realize your phone picked up that conversation. Oh, you didn't realize that actually, no, that purchase is traceable. You're on a road trip. Eh. Like, again, it depends. If it's someone on your road trip, you're on that road trip, you're now in the small list of suspects. Oh my god, huge. Hooray. So many. Here's the gap of disappearing people, so many caves. Yeah. Right. That is also, I guess, that is the other side of the coin, right? We don't hear about perfect crimes, is the thing. If a crime truly did go off without a hitch, we don't hear about it. I don't know. People are easier to track than ever before. So it'd be like you have to stop using your credit card. But even doing that could be a thing of like, okay, well, this person just sort of stopped using their credit card randomly during the time of the murder. So we don't know where they were. But we specifically don't know where they were. And that's why you don't get... Right? Like, we can talk about all the ways, like, oh, yeah, here's how you would get away with it. But then it's like, well, no. Again, even if you come up with a quote-unquote good plan, yeah, I don't think you can bet on it higher than, if we're generous, 70%. And people aren't willing to risk that 1 in 3 chance, pretty much, of ending your own life. Right? Unless, of course, they're fucking twisted. Never character, right? Never talk about it. Also true, right? Like, again, it's not that it can't be done. Partially, it's because if it is done, we never hear about it. Right? It's very difficult to find out all of the ways to kill people that work, because if it worked, no one hears about it. But, you ever kill someone this conversation alone has got you caught? Probably not by itself, but it certainly doesn't help, right? That's the thing. Like, again, it sort of comes back to, I think I said before, of it's really easy to make a mistake that will be obvious in hindsight, but you don't think about the first time. When you're a newbie crime doer, you won't think about, oh, yeah, I bought a fucking coffee to blend in at the cafe. Now you've been placed at the crime scene, like, right? You're now within the area. When they go to like, scrape information, like, okay, who was nearby? Oh, this guy bought coffee, right? Or like, oh yeah, no, they went to the coffee shop, but they bought an abnormal drink. They don't normally buy that drink. They were trying to blend in, or they spent too long there. They bought 2 drinks. That's weird. Why did they buy 2 drinks? And it's a matter of, essentially, the second they look a little too closely, it's just, you're cooked. Right? And it's like, it's not hard to be suspicious enough for them to look and be like, huh, that's a little bit suspicious. And if you're guilty at that point, whoops. Try again. Oh, wait. Right? It's almost like society very much needs to not have crimes be a thing that are prevalent. Okay. So I'm looking at the... For those that aren't, they're just watching the stream. Camel posted a thing in the Discord of like, oh yeah, people going missing. Yeah. And I do appreciate, because I was as I was reading it, I was about to be like, is this just a population map? Then you say most can be explained by population, but Kentucky is an outlier, right? And that is actually that is the boring answer, right? It's like, oh, what disappearances? I wonder what it could be. People go missing. Sometimes people who aren't that good at hiking think they're really good at hiking and get lost in the woods, right? Like sometimes that's the answer. In fact, I would say most of the time, it's probably that, right? It's just... grimly enough, especially in the States, because quite frankly, I think in the States, most of the time someone just is gonna get got. It's gonna be by just shooting them. And that does not feel like an easy thing to, like, just cover up completely. Guns are loud, they make a mess, all that. This is again assuming you managed to, like, get someone to, like, some very distant secondary location in the fucking woods somewhere. Now, the answer is, in a place with lots of caves, you're typically going to get lots of cavers. And caving's a dangerous sport. Right? That is the... I guess it's essentially the ghost busting, like, that's not really a ghost, it's just a creaky floorboard version of, like, true crime podcasts a lot of time. Oh, what could this mean? It's like people go missing. Trail longest and most difficult. Bigfoot. Always originate there. Yeah. Excellent gun. I wish I could go back to China and learn archery. Hey, it's never too late to start looking, right? I know I did archery. Really? Actually, don't. I did archery for a little bit. Be better at gun. I'm good enough. Yeah. It's a little bit weird. Not really. Like, it's sort of an abstract sense that good at gun is a trait people, like, really aspire to, when, historically, the greatest strength of a gun was how easy it was to use, right? Like, the amount of lethality someone can get out of, like, oh, someone gave me, like, 15-minute pointers with a handgun versus, like, a crossbow. Oh, it's hella easy, right? It's why they've gotten so fucking easy, not easy, master. Yeah, that's the thing, though. It doesn't, you don't have to master it. They're dangerous fucking weapons. Again, much the point. I guess that sort of answers the question. Again, it's a question in the abstract. In the literal thing of, like, well, it's a thing you can get better at, right? Oh, yeah. If you shoot anywhere within the center mass of the target, it's good enough in essentially every case that would actually matter, where, like, a gun was designed for outside of recreation. But you could go trying to shoot, like, a target the size of a fucking penny from 200 yards away, right? Is it a practical skill for basically anyone? No. But many skills are not practical, right? Gun skill easier than drawing anatomy. Yeah. Right? Good anatomy. I even think just easier than drawing anatomy, right? Of course, at very, very high levels, any skill can be made brutally difficult, right? If you just keep fine-tuning it and being more and more and more like critical of it, it'll just keep getting more and more and more difficult. But as a whole, the same is broadly true. Right? Guns are magic wands that send a small rock hurtling down range at insane speeds. Right? There should be another bit to that sentence, and I couldn't really think of a way to end it. That was a thought I did have, though. I imagine it has to be, but part of why gun skill is a thing that is like coveted, especially in the States, is less gun skill. Wait, hang on. One more. Listen, we've had that conversation before a little bit, and I have since remembered a fucking quote that I think is very telling on that. Sense to you, yeah. Fair enough. If owning a gun, on average, for the standard person, made you safer, insurance rates would go down. I do not believe they do. I believe they go up. Because the average person, when they own a firearm, is more likely to do harm to themselves or someone else than they are to stop harm falling on them. And that is the problem, right? It's not a problem you can look at on an individual level, but you can... how I phrase this so it doesn't sound dickish. The back of it is messing up. Oh no! Audio? Yeah, it's chewy. Why are you so chewy? Why stop be chew? Stop chewing all over the place. Oh, OBS was not having a good time there. Selling that gun. I don't know. What if I does that magically fix it? I mean, yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Hooray! Turning it off and on again worked. The dark arts are real. Praise be the dark arts. Turns in Premiere. Excellent. I didn't even fucking have notepad ready for this. $11, I said. Oh, holy fuck! There might be a small chance we don't finish all of them tonight. Yeah, just a thought. Just a potential reality of the situation we exist in. Tech support master? Yeah, I know. I know all of the tricks. Step 1, turn it off. Step 2, turn it on again. God, this does remind me of what I saw recently. That I think it beautifully shows up an example of the human condition and human experience. Where someone asked, hey, why are IT people such assholes? And then someone else answered, I just had to drive 2 hours to turn on a server that 3 separate people assured me was already on. And you know what? Yeah, I get that there. Right? And I think that we can really dig into that and be like, well, yeah, there are also tech support people. I love it. Yeah. I'm actually going to dig into that one a little bit because I think there's like a juicy nugget of life advice there, which is, yeah, sometimes you're the tech support person who told them how to fix their problem. They didn't. And now you went 2 hours out of your way to just do the thing anyway. Also see why the device to turn it off and on again can be useful. It makes sure that it's on again, right? You're not telling them to turn it on, you're telling them to turn it off. Do they think it's on? You hit the button again. Anyway, sometimes you're the tech support guy that just got to waste all of their time. Sometimes you're the person trying to deal with tech support, just trying to reset your password, and they're being so unhelpful, and you keep asking them like, hey, where do I go? And they tell you to go to a place, and you go there for the third time, and you follow their instructions, and it does not work for the third time, right? Both events happen. It depends on which side you're on, right? I think there's a fair we can choose from this. The one I'm going to choose to in this case is the same basic interaction can be flipped entirely on its head given very few variables. Things of that. Power cord loose, Bluetooth keep turned off. Have a laugh. Oh yeah, right. That's the other side of things. Where it's what's important to when you call tech support and they say, hey, is it on? You do take that seriously. And you go, okay, it seems like it. Here's another one I think is a. There is a subtle but very, very important difference between, yeah, it's on, and the lights are on, right? The first one is saying, the machine is on. I know that. The second one is saying, yeah, here is a sign that I am reading as it is on, right? I am not just assuming it's on. It looks to be on to me, right? Also, you have like a third one being, it should be, but I can't tell, right? Which I feel like we can skip ahead, just like, it's sort of the point of, be nice to tech support, be nice to people in general, actually. Maybe that's what we're getting at. Life goes by easier and less painful if you're willing to, like, work with people and try and be nice even if it's annoying. Because, yeah, it can be frustrating when you call tech support and they say, have you tried turning it off and on again? When you've tried that 3 times. But if you try to do, yeah, I've hit the button on 3 times, it does X and Y, but nothing else, right? So trying to work together will get more places than being like, oh my god, I'm so annoyed. Hey, you're new. Are you new? Eve. It was his first time chatter. Every reason to believe so. I think Morgan is funny because I think I've met him Morgan before online. You're on. Didn't 5 minutes report because TV turned itself on. Came on. No. That's another side of things. It's useful now. Unfortunate. Terribly sorry for your loss. Yeah, that's the other side, though, Camel, of like, if something's not working, even if there is a workaround, that just sticks in your craw, right? Like, it's not working. It should be working. Why isn't it? I want to fix this, even if I can circumnavigate it. Because that's not fixing the problem. It's avoiding it. And that can really fucking get with people. It gets with me sometimes, too. And that's reasonable, right? A lot of human instinct and reactions to things are just unga bunga monkey brain doing its best. Who's having to append actually right? Because it looked broken. It was not working properly, which is the definition of broken, right? And so it can be like, well, it doesn't matter if the remote works. Something's clearly wrong. We need to figure out what. And it's, I don't know, it's rough. Honestly, that might be, it feels like one of the moments where, God forbid, it's one of the moments, I've said that like 3 times. When it's, if you're right, it's super reasonable and obvious and well done. But if you're wrong, it's like, why are you wasting our time? Or the other way is like, if it's like, yeah, just use the remote, it's fine, and you're right, with level head, that's great, it's awesome. If you go, yeah, it's fine, just use the remote, and no, actually something is wrong, well, why did you brush that off, right? Something was clearly wrong, and like, we'll only know with hindsight. Which, as we all know, is 2020. It feels like we are gently nudging up against a conversation of like the human nature. And that's a conversation that's famously easy. It's dying again. Fucker! Why? Nothing for me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is the... I wonder if the problem that is like such a large file size for what it needs, it's fine. If it gets to the point where it's like more consistent and like it's breaking more often than it's not, let me know. Alright. We can move on. Next is the principal, because we actually already did that one. I already did that one. Fun fact, it's much easier to fill in the like stream times when you actually have it in the stopwatch and can just scroll up one at a time. For phone connection, therapy, browse the audio was weird at any point. Damn. It is truly amazing what the human mind can get used to, huh? For better and for worse. It really do be adapted, though. Wait, becomes bad again? That is an option. I'm not it would probably help. I think maybe the problem is the media file itself is large, so it's having trouble running consistently. The starting music should be better for that. We will see. Let's move on to the next fucking stream. And he goes, listen to cool, nice music. I mean, yeah. I can do both. Perhaps twice. It shouldn't have. I mean, I forced it to loop once. Has it only looped twice? Oh no, you're right. That's actually a much shorter clip than I thought. Disappointing. Actually, actually, she's doing it right now. That was the wrong way. Hang on. I knew it. I am a little bit bigger than I was before. Fuck. Oh. Oh well. And I just didn't close, or not close, like minimized OBS. That's not what we're doing. 1 hour. It's like half an hour, this one. The other one might be like a little under an hour, but this one is half hour. Unfortunate. Now, let me actually find the times for Skyrim. Fishing? I think Skyrim fishing. Fishing. Honestly, yeah. Absolutely, yes. God, I just had a fucking terrible idea for. Like, spoiler. And apologies, Camel. Though I am taking your vote into heavier consideration, obviously. But right now, the 10 votes on the Discord one are 3 for nothing, 0 for pre-recorded streams, which, hey, is easier on me. 7 for long-form, very minor editing videos, more an option. Also, that does include, if I do it as a premiere, it will have a chat in front of it. There'll at least be some communication. Right? But, the idea, Skyrim fishing, but every once in a while, I just cut in with like, you know, if Jesus could walk on water, you think he could swim on land? And just continues. No more vocals for like another half hour of fishing. Just every long stretch of time, just absolute nonsense. When God made the Tower of Babel, which language you think got the word Babel? Who was in Kirk's face? Maybe. Not even better. Get like a fucking picture done of like the Thinker, but like a spider, and just have it like slowly fade in, moving across the screen whenever the like the vocals pick up. God, it's so bad. I love it. I mean, local sheriff, oh, wet. Don't talk about the Tower of Babel. Been the banned magazines for the past week. How? I was, my bad. My apologies for not considering some people are still struggling with Tower of Babel problems. Right. Only 37. Much better than the fucking 60. How many were there? 65 for the fucking starter one. Much more fucking manageable. I only want to bash my head into the wall only a little bit. This is a great improvement. There are 69 nice, unique fishing spots in Skyrim. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I get to not, because I'm going to knock that tower down myself. Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. Sorry to hear about that though, brother. I just kind of assume, brother. I think I've had any reason to assume otherwise, but if that is incorrect, let me know. Stream, change the scenery. Yeah, honestly, if I wasn't dedicated to leaving just chatting streams as, like, the ones I get shit done on, allegedly, yet to be proven, then yeah. Alright. I will warn you, saying that has a high probability of me just mixing it up for the sake of mixing it up. Typically, when someone says, "Oh yeah, anything will do," people will default to exactly one of them. That's cringe. That delivery as good as I think it sounded. Just pause, and that's cringe. To a point where you don't have a ton of shit to catch up on. That's different. Fair. There's always shit to catch up on. There's always some fucking thing. We just confirmed are she, them, titties. Ain't that serious? I didn't check. That's why I was asking. God, now I feel like a rude. Now I feel like an idiot for asking a question that was very pertinent to ask, or at least correct. She, them, titties. Very. Also very good. Campbell is correct if it was the correct thing. Good line. Excellent line read. God damn it. God, my brain immediately filled in. So I was like, oh, alright then, brother, she, them, titties. Like a fucking priest title. Good chicken discourse. I don't care. Oh yeah, fair. Let's be clear. This is not like a serious like, oh no, I should have known. Ah. This is more something lamenting like, The answer is you will be getting a mix of them, whichever feels funniest at the time, and or whichever one I feel I have been slacking on. At least good practice. All right. But how are the grapes, Camel? Are they good grapes? I'm assuming because you mentioned you were devouring them. I'm assuming they are good, crisp grapes. Why are you still open? I know in a server of like 40 people, and in the server I like to slot the most. It's a good pronoun slot. White, nice, sweet, but not like super sweet. Just being crisp, hell yeah. First one was he. The good one. There are so many like genuinely good like pronoun jokes. God, the problem is most of them are better in writing. Almost all of them are better in writing. I'm gonna try and say my favorite one. I'm not even gonna say it right, but it needs to be said. Fucking, it needs some like run up that I'm not gonna do. So deal with that, I guess. Something, fucking unsheathes a sword. I already fucked it up. Unfucking he it's you. There we go. Hang on, let me actually type it. Let me type it so we can actually see it. Fucking. Like the they/them jokes. Oh god, no, I know that one. I know that one. There's like a starting bit. Oh, no. No, I know which joke you're talking about. Again, I cannot figure it out. Remembering jokes is not my strong suit, can you tell? Or there we go. Like, who is slashing who? That's the part of the joke I can't remember, but that is the joke. It's like, something, something, something. They slash them. Well, I did put my joke in fucking text format. Unsheathes a sword to hit you with. These are not. These are the dad tierest level of pronoun puns. And I'm here for it, honestly. Officially got started of the second one. Pronouns in the server. I mean, hey, pronouns in quotes. So far, both of them have been pronouns. Like, actual. Maybe not as descriptive as normal. But they are still descriptive in some form or fashion. Unfortunately. Yeah, there always are some. Right. There's always a few mushy grapes. You gotta roll with them. By roll them, I mean just like not eat them. That's just the way of life. Fucking namaste or something. Kumbaya. Officially starting the second stream of 11 at 2 hours in. Nice. Really motoring this stream. Just full of mush. Ugh. Do not speak that evil here, you motherfucker. Do not blaspheme in this fruit church, I swear to God. Give me a fan real quick. Unfortunately, the time when the temperature of my lab sort of starts to like change pretty drastically from cool to not so cool is about now. Imagine, no, just don't. There are other grapes, man. They're right there. I do think it is very funny that Melon went some notable pronouns in the server I'm in, and then just didn't follow up. I don't know if YouTube just banned them. I like my pronouns aren't do not refer to me. Oh god, that reminds me of so I can chill. No, I refuse. God, what was it? Is it Parks and Rec? Parks and Recreation. Oh yeah. Post. Yeah, I'm gonna just read this one verbatim. Look up Parks and Recreation pronoun post. Quote. Putting a post online. So, quote. If Parks and Rec were still being made, they'd do a bit where Ron Swanson has to wear a pronoun name tag. It's just question mark, question mark, question mark, slash question mark, question mark, question mark. And then cut to a talking head of him going, I've been a fool all this time. It's bad enough the government knows my name, but now they want to know my gender? So I'm not letting them know my preferred pronouns. As far as I'm concerned, no one in this building should refer to me at all. It's like, yes! Excellent! God, there's so many, such good jokes you can do with this shit. Just lying. As far as I'm concerned, no one in this building should refer to me at all. Oh. actually fine. Good, good. Okay, I actually get back to work. I am being too distracted with objectively incredible jokes. This cannot stand. How dare you? I'm not even sure who I'm saying how dare you to. I suppose probably Melon, but I don't know. Someone who is not me is at fault here. Clearly. Anyway. Unlock the fucking... By lock the fucking, I mean maybe care a little bit less about the specific frame count I'm on. Alright. No, that's incorrect. 6% of 60. Remember about that. I've never actually seen Parks and Rec. Or The Office or Friends. Like, and I don't watch a lot of TV. Really. YouTube chat, stream chat, chat in general. If you had to pick one of those three shows for me to watch first, and possibly only, Parks and Rec, The Office, or Friends, which would you suggest? We're gonna ignore, like, just total scope. We'll say, like, I'll give each of them at least a couple of episodes to seasons. Parks and Rec. Alright, alright. I'm gonna step in immediately. I'm gonna see what everyone else has to say first. 6, 7 now. It's cock. But His Majesty is fun. Once through. Honestly, the one with the cock, I think, has, like, genuine depth to that in a very, very funny way. Where, like, does it say very much about necessarily their preferred gender or their identity? No. But do they got the penis, though? Yes. That's my teach, not my thing. Never rooster for sure. Also the implication that it's, like, compared to someone else, right? It's like, oh, who's in charge? Oh, who's wearing the pants? Oh, who's got the cock? Right? They roll cocks. Oh, God. Animals. I will continue to support its behavior as always. Look. Yeah. Nice. Pronouns are cringe. Dead/alive. Corpse. The conqueror of a mad world. I don't do it on purpose. Oh, you didn't spell it that way on purpose? Oh, never mind. I'm taking back all the fucking... I'm taking back my laughter. It wasn't intentional. It doesn't count. I'd like to return the joy this brought me. It was not genuine. I'd like to voice a formal complaint. Sometimes I have some times near they're like less than a minute apart, and I'm torn on it, honestly. So on the one hand, it is just like, it's one scene, right? Right? It's never even, not even bonk. But I love bonk. Don't tell me that bonk was an accident. I don't know what I'd do with myself if bonk was an accident. Stupid, me, myself, I, not your dad. Oi! Oh, no, never mind, no. Bonk was destined to happen. This much is true. Let's go up 3. Hey, look, a little over 3. 2, over. As I was saying, occasionally I will have, like, times worked out that are less than a minute. It's just one scene, right? Typically. It's one bit that lasted a little bit longer than, like, one line. And I'm a little bit torn, because on the one hand, it makes my life slightly more annoying. On the other hand, it makes it very clear, like, hey, check this whole 40-second bit. There's something good in here. I don't just see the first bit and say, that's a good clip, and then miss the other one. Which is, I'm going to continue doing it. Right, I'm just going to continue, I'm not going to stop, but 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. Or just presses it. Fair enough. Zero, doesn't matter. Yeah. Actually, one thing I noticed, and it's very annoying and makes my life worse, but it's also a little bit funny and does also explain things. I believe very strongly, to the point where I would dare say I know it, one of the problems I run into with getting shit done is specifically caused because with things like this, with like getting clip shit done, it's like, there's so many, it'll take so long, it'll be so annoying. I'll just get this one thing done first, right? I'll just get my printer started, so I'll have something going on back. So it'll go on while I'm doing this, right? Get a head start, right? And the reason this is a problem is clip stuff really not that time consuming, really not that difficult, right? I remember before I did some while listening to like podcasts and stuff. It was great. And if I'm not distracted by you clowns, it goes pretty quick. But getting things set up to print is always more of a hassle. Because I need to get the file. You don't already have it if I don't go looking for it. But if I do have the model already, I need to get it ready to print. And that's rarely a super simple process. And that is on top of first picking a model to print in the first place. Like, okay, what should I be printing? No, I don't really need any of those. I guess I'll look for an orc thing. Do I have the... I can do that model now. Okay, we'll get those set up. These nuts. Hungry job application. The implication that they're offering a job application for their pronouns, I respect that. That's funny. Good gaff. Yeah, that is a fair amount of the problems I run into with doing shit is stuff I need to get done. Fast things I need to get done, I overestimate greatly how long they're going to take versus fun activities, hobby stuff that takes a while. I underestimate how long it's going to need. Your name is Job Man? Of course. Yeah, I underestimate how long the fun stuff is going to take massively, so I end up spending a long time on quote-unquote short things and a short amount of time on quote-unquote long things. It just fucks things up. Really, it just makes things fucked up. Downright other phrase for fucked up, but like in a sort of old-timey kind of way, like the kind of The kind of saying you'd hear alongside like horse feather or something. I don't fucking know. There was gonna be something there. I don't know, maybe scrambled. Maybe that's what I was going for, like scrambled in that kind of voice. I don't know. I have been awake for like maybe 2 hours at this point. At 2 hours after like less than an hour nap after being awake for 30 hours. I don't have fucking brain cells anymore. They have been replaced with some unknown and nefarious substance. Which wouldn't do my best work, but still, it is making things a little bit difficult in some ways. I just had an idea for how I could make sure I get shit done at a more agreeable pace. Just send myself to shutting the fuck up jail. Just mute my own mic, move it away, and just put like a fucking text over my avatar being like, in shutting the fuck up jail. I don't think it'd be good content, but I think it'd be like a solid, like, strong nose exhale to light chuckle at like fucking least, right? That'd be a pretty solid joke. Yep. One benefit of getting streams like screenshot and typed in like my phone, if I do fuck it up, I can go back to it later, right? You can tell when I stop remembering that I have the timer on, because it'll go from like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 40 seconds to 20 minutes, a minute, 16 minutes between fucking like pushes of the button. It's like a decrease in energy as stream goes on. I don't know. There. Yeah, that's good. 10-minute one, good. Two. Right. Two. Not two. Because that makes it at the end. A single one. I needed 0.20. Sure, good enough. Getting that sure good enough attitude is, I think, maybe one of the most important bits of content creation. Because otherwise you will go insane and start chewing at your own limbs like an animal caught in a bear trap. I believe that is an inevitability. But saying, fuck it, good enough, will help push that back at the very least. Yeah. Alright. Yep. Sausage muffin, male, mayhem, Mitsuki enjoyer, just a man, kanji I can't type, croissant. Never know. Fair enough. Good bits. Plus 1.27. No. Plus 1.59. 45. Yes. Plus 1.24. 5. Almost on this page. Plus 4. Feel that time. Fuck. Let me out of this prison. Let me out of this cage. Other lyrics to this song in this voice that I cannot remember the lyrics to. I might put them in post if the bit's funny enough. One of the downsides is I am having to like tab back over on my phone to the fucking stopwatch that's actually running. Whenever it's like, that's a bit I might actually want to like look at more carefully when I have the time to think between my words. Which, fun fact, you do not really have when you are streaming. That is one of the privileges that are revoked when you become a streamer. Very unfortunate. Next. One more. Only one more on this one. Plus 6 minutes, 22 seconds, and 87 milliseconds, which is some number of rent. That's good enough. Excellent. Now we double check. Fourth project. Open project. Hey, they're all still there. Excellent. Hooray! Alright. That red thing. Come here. Hooray! And I get to check it off my fucking to-do list. Hooray! That's the best part. Only 9 more to go. I say that with much duration. We started that one at 2 hours, now 2 hours 20, right? Again, when I'm not distracted, these do not actually take that long. You might be asking yourself, Doctor, why the fuck do you do these on stream then, you moron? You're constantly distracted. Well, you see, I at least do them here, right? And I force myself to do them here. And getting it done is consistent here. Even if it's not efficient, it is still helpful, right? Remember, class, getting some done inefficiently is oftentimes much better than not getting it done very efficiently. Right? If it's like, oh, well, I could either not do it, or I get like a little bit done. Only get that little bit done. Because getting a little bit done over time gets it done. The alternative is you say, oh, no, I don't know, it'll be so annoying, I'll get like a little bit done, it's not really worth it, and then you go multiple weeks, getting literally nothing done, and they get diagnosed with ADHD, and you go, fuck. Damn it. Speaking for a friend, of course. Of course. I think not having ears would protect you from having itchy ears, but no. But no. At the one. Yes. Excellent. How many are in this one? 36 again. Is that the exact same as the other one? No, there's one shorter than the Skyrim one. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Gotta get the file organized first. Frame. Base. Base, please. File. Save as immediately under the right file. Flips. That one. I'm genuinely kind of perplexed as to what to do with all of the clips I'm not gonna make out of these. Because there's so many points that I'm not, like, again, we're talking like 30 points that I thought, ooh, that might be worth something. Even if fucking, like, 5 of them each are just to one moment. And even if most of them are garbage, that's still, like, multiple clips every stream. And that is in the cruelest possible version of, like, that, like, thought experiment. Like, oh, yeah, like, how many do you think are going to be useful? Fucking none of them, apparently. I will say, very, very happy I started just hitting record and starting the stopwatch at the same time. It makes my life a fair bit easier. And I don't like that shit. It's 1/5. What's 1/5 of 60? Good fucking question. I don't give a fuck. 1/4 is good enough. I know my throat's trying to get dry. Fuck. Who would have guessed talking for fucking 2.5 hours straight? I'll do that to a motherfucker. I have just done 45 frames, lost like 5 fucking clips. And they've been like a little over and a bit under of interspersed. Different. That's 40 instead of 45. Wow. Yeah, like they were interspersed like, oh, these ones are like would be less than that, would be more than that. So it works out. That's a little point. Oh, we are motoring now. Now that I've shut the fuck up and I'm now actively less interesting by the second, we are motoring! There, good enough. We're like nearly already halfway done this particular stream already. We might actually have a shriveling hope in hell of getting this done today if I actually motor, and I probably won't still, but you know what? We can have hope, right? We can pretend. Put up here, go on. Enough. One thing that I have found so far incredibly good with blueprints, we have yet to have a stream where we didn't make substantial progress. Right? And that is very, very good. Right? Puzzle games like this can sort of stagnate, where you're like, oh, I spent my so long thinking about this and I've made very little progress. No, no, no. Not in blueprints. And I highly doubt next stream is going to be different. It seems like we have a lot of things to do. A lot of new puzzles, new strings to pull at. We'll see how long that has to go, though. It won't be forever, obviously. But I am curious. And also, like, it's far from out of tricks yet, right? Yep. Sure. enough. Also, I think next blueprint stream, I am actually going to fucking immediately lose my place. What the fuck? Okay, no, that was correct. Alright. Really? Oh, no, that's not... That is not the next marker back. They're overlapped fully. Alright, I see now. I see why that gap seemed larger than it should have been. It was. Yeah, next blueprint stream, I think I will actually start, right? I've thought of including an actual, like, checklist of puzzles actively in the work. Like, get to room 46 again. Figure out what's up with that chessboard we found underneath the fucking estate. That sort of thing. So we have goals very clearly in front of us that we can pursue in case things go sideways, right? So we're not stuck being like, oh, well, I didn't do the thing. Fuck me, I guess. Although, honestly, typically, whenever there's a, oh, I didn't do the thing, fuck me, I guess, it's when a day is very short. Or when I accidentally fall to my death, but that is a separate matter entirely. And honestly, thinking about it, I was probably going to screw myself there anyway. Insofar as, like, I would eventually, like, end a day on the other side of the reservoir, and the boat wouldn't get reset, so I'd be stuck in the same exact position, right? That feels weird. If you don't put any numbers, Premiere will still read it as if you're, like, put a thing there. So I just entered in a number on Premiere for like 7 minutes as plus 7 ... instead of 7.00, like 7 minutes, 0.00 seconds, 0.0010 hundredths of a second. Very weird. I mean, not really that weird, but like, it feels weird. Also, yes, there will absolutely be another fucking blueprint stream before I leave for vacation. Damn, of course there will be. Alright. Actually, one puzzle I do want to do in blueprints is... It's one that I think I've heard. Actually, it might have actually been one of the achievements is... Oh yeah, get to grade 8. Grade 8. I think it is... The classrooms you get from, like, the outdoor room, the more you explore, because it introduces 8 of them, right, the higher the grade gets. Or maybe it's based on rank. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we saw the grade 1 room on rank 2. We'll fucking see. Oh, and we also need to find the other gas man. I completely forgot about that one. And frankly, I'll probably forget about it before the next stream too, and probably won't be on the list, but I'm sure one of you will remind me. Definitely. And by saying this out loud, it means I can blame you if you don't. Ain't that fun? See you think with your head. Short one. So short that one. No, it's actually, it is in a different state. Okay, what did you say? Oh, I said, well, I said to remind me of a thing during next blueprint stream. And by saying that you should remind me, if you fail to remind me, then it's your fault, not mine, for not remembering it. Obviously. What was the thing? What was what thing? Yo. We do a little bit of trolling around here. Unfortunately, I do actually want to be reminded of this. So, now that I have farmed you for clips, I will just tell you. We need to find one more gas valve outside of the estate. So that'll be another thing to check on. Fair enough. They're good streams. I would actually recommend at least checking them out. They are a very, like, just chatty sort of thing. Actually, fair enough. It is mostly me mumbling to not even like, just talking to myself, trying to figure out puzzles. So if watching me have watching me actively try and have smoke pour out my ears is entertaining. Yeah, check it out. It's very good, very fun. I like the game. Game good. Game design good. Huh. Excellent. That's all of them. Save. Close project. And immediately open the project again just to make sure. Yeah, everything's saved. Alright. Project again. Put it down in our notes. Hooray. Yeah, again, I'll point out, started the second one at 2 hours, is now 2:35. I've gotten 2 of them done. Right. And that would be the next one. Terrific. It's a little bit funny, and by a little bit I mean fairly fucking hilarious, that the blueprint streams basically started because my computer just got unexploded and I want to stream something, but didn't really have anything in mind. As it's a very nice game. Honestly, it is firmly established in my brain. If a game is compared to Outer Wilds, just play it. Just play it, stop hearing anyone talk about it, just fucking pick the game up and put it into my fucking brain. Because it is scratching that itch in the exact same way, and I'm annoyed at myself for, like, spoiling some of the puzzles. So, like, oh, who cares? I'm not gonna play it. Also, good game? Good game. I don't think ever Hood for something. Like, what does that have to do with anything? It was also a good game. It was a nice game. I think I might actually call stream there for tonight. Things have gone quiet. I'm gonna keep doing this. Clearly, I do work better when I can just, like, shut the fuck up and turn my brain off a little bit and just put in numbers. And also, it gives me a chance to take a little bit of a break. Yeah. Unless you are desperate for my company still and to hear me mutter numbers to myself as I constantly keep putting in times in the fucking premiere. That's going to be stream, I think. Thank you for coming. I was in my 3-minute room before bed. You're going to go to bed soon anyways. I'll let you get to your reading. Get me up way past bedtime. You don't say. My apologies. Alright. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. I hope to see you all again next time, in whatever game that may happen to be. But until then, take care of yourselves out there. Take care of each other. I fucking got it that time. And bye-bye, everyone!